Did you know you don't just breathe through your lungs, you can breathe through every inch of your body? It's called pore breathing, and it's a very specific breathing exercise used to accumulate life force from the ether. If you pair this with another exercise called conscious breathing, where you focus on a specific desire as you're breathing, you have an occult magic practice used for accumulation of universal energy to be directed to whatever you desire. This is from an occult book from the 1950s called The Initiation into Hermetics by Franz Bardon. And the author specifically lays out that this type of work only works for things that are in your control. For example, if you wish to win the lottery, this will not work. And I know a lot of people say like, well, I've been able to manifest certain things like that. For practical reasons, we're going to assume that these type of desires only work for things that are in your control. Now, before we get into the actual practice, we need to understand how both of these exercises work individually. So in this video, I'm going to explain each of the exercises individually and then show you how you tie it together for the specific magic practice. Let's start with pore breathing. The goal here is to develop a different way of perceiving how you breathe. This will either be hard or easy depending on your visualization and concentration abilities, which is why we also train these things. This book lays out specific training instructions for the mental, the physical, and the psychic. We need to be doing these things together, simultaneously. If you want to know more on how to actually start this without overdeveloping certain areas, click this video here. I explain it in great detail. So when we think of the skin, it has two functions. Number one is to breathe. Number two is to secrete. So it can be thought of as a second pair of lungs and a second pair of kidneys. In the book, Bardon recommends brushing your skin with a dry brush to open up the pores. He also ties this into bathing or showering with cold water and brushing your skin until it turns warm. These type of exercises will open up the pores so you can take full advantage of this exercise. Here's how you do the actual exercise. Relax your body in a chair or sit comfortably on the ground. Consciously breathe as if every pore on every inch of your body is breathing in the same way your lungs do, like a dry sponge being dropped in water. This will allow the vital power to transfer from the ether into your body. Now, before we move on, I want you to do each of these exercises on their own. It's important that you get this down, each individual exercise, before you combine them. And actually, the combination of these exercises takes place in step 2 of the book. It's recommended you do the entire first step first. So take as much time as you need with this exercise. This isn't something that you just practice after watching this video and then combine them. This is something that you work up and develop as a skill. But even this exercise alone, pore breathing, can energize you and prepare you for when you need to be at your best. Okay, so now let's move on to what is considered a more powerful occult breathing and manifestation technique, and that's conscious breathing. The concept is actually quite simple. You have a certain desire. You imagine it being already completed. There is no doubt in your mind. And as you breathe, you are breathing in that accomplished desire. And upon the exhale, you exhale the negative qualities that would stop you from accomplishing that desire. For example, things like procrastination, lack of discipline, maybe an addiction that you have or a bad habit that you have. These are certain things that you would breathe out on the exhale. So inhale your desire, exhale the weakness. And breathing is actually underutilized by most people. When you breathe normally and unconsciously, you are only taking in the elemental substance necessary for preserving your body. But when you practice conscious breathing, something else is happening entirely. This is how Franz Bardon explains it in The Initiation into Hermetics. If we put a thought, an idea, or an image in the air to be inhaled, it will take in the Akasha principle of the air concerned and convey it through the electric and magnetic fields to the air substance. This impregnated air will play a double role when it is conveyed to the lungs through the blood vessels. In the first place, the material parts of the elements are destined to preserve the body. Secondly, the electromagnetic fluid charged with the idea or the image will lead the electromagnetic air colored with the idea from the bloodstream through the astral matrix to the astral body, and from there to the immortal spirit through the reflective mental matrix. So now that we understand conscious breathing, this is how you actually do it. First, pick your desire that you want to be fulfilled. It is recommended that you start out with things that are not egotistical in nature. For example, peace, tranquility, success, and not necessarily a monetary goal. Now sit down comfortably, relax your body, and begin breathing in through the nose. Now imagine your desire with complete conviction that there is no doubt in your mind that it has been fulfilled already. This will impregnate the air like we previously discussed. To maintain the strength of this exercise, it is recommended that you start with 7 breaths in the morning and 7 at night. And the reason for that is because the intensity of the desire needs to be maintained. If you are just, for lack of a better word, half-assing the breathing exercise, it doesn't have the full potential that it could. And like I said, I recommend spending time on each of these exercises individually before you combine them. There should be an understanding ingrained in your psyche, ingrained in your subconscious on what these exercises are, performed individually before you combine them. It will have a much greater effect when you do this. So now that we understand how both of these exercises work, it's time to combine them. Begin like you did with the previous exercise. Take your normal posture and begin breathing. And to be clear, this doesn't need to be in a dark room sitting on the floor or something like that. I actually do this exercise outside. I do this exercise outside in the sun, barefoot while standing. That's probably a lot different than what you thought this exercise was going to look like. It's not necessarily sitting cross-legged in a dark room. You can do this, like I said, standing outside in the sun while grounding. Or doing it underneath a tree, for example, and taking advantage of the electromagnetic energy that these massive trees give off. Now, once you begin, start with a couple breaths of pore breathing, just to set that intention and begin perceiving the correct way. Now, before you breathe in the conscious breathing desire, imagine the desire imprinted in the air around you. It is fulfilled in the air around you, and all that's left is for you to breathe it in. Now you finally start the combination. You begin breathing in that impregnated air through every pore of your body. Again, the number of breaths is important. The conviction, the absolute conviction in the desire must be maintained. So start with 7 breaths in the morning and 7 at night. And upon exhaling, it remains the same. You breathe in through every pore the desire you wish to fulfill, and you exhale the weaknesses or anything holding you back from actually accomplishing that desire. Now, the majority of these exercises are meant to be practical. So a practical way to think about it is, instead of wanting a couple $1 million, which may be a very popular desire that people have, find a desire that you can actually accomplish maybe in a few days or maybe in a week. If it is a monetary goal that you have, maybe one of the first things you need to develop is the discipline to actually take action. If you don't even have that, what is the point? How are you going to achieve this if you don't have the discipline? And it does not take long. For a week, focus on that discipline. Focus on the desire of becoming that version that creates that monetary goal. For me, my desires are very specifically like, I'm going to complete this next week. I'm going to complete this in 3 days. And it's something realistic, right? And this is why Bardon recommends things like health, peace, tranquility, success, because these are baseline foundational traits that you should already have developed before you even try to achieve anything like $50 million. So you have the exercises, and now it's time to put it into practice. And like I said, this exercise comes from the book Initiation into Hermetics by Franz Bardon. And this is just the physical training of steps 1 and 2. By step 2, we combine the first exercises. But there is the mental and the psychic aspect that has been left out from this entirely. If you neglect the mental and the psychic, you are overdeveloping the physical aspect. You need to train all of these together. Now, you can check the description for a full playlist explaining the theory all the way up to the first 5 steps of the initiation into Hermetics. I'm going to continue that series, by the way. It's important that you do all of the exercises listed. Click the step 1 video and do all of the exercises while you're doing these breathing exercises. It's absolutely critical. And one of the big problems a lot of people struggle with when they first get into initiation into Hermetics is the information is there laid out, but it can seem a bit vague, and the actual structure behind it isn't 100% laid out. So I created a workbook to help people get started with step 1. You can check the description. This is a workbook that takes the information from the initiation into Hermetics and lays it out in a practical workbook that you can follow along, either print out or fill in a PDF. This is completely optional. You can get a lot of the information from the videos that I give you for free. And if you want to just try out the exercises first, I also have a soul mirror guide that you can check out down below. That's a little bit of an introduction into what the exercises will look like in the workbook. Now, I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, share it with somebody you think would be interested, and let me know your thoughts down below. Now, I have a quick message from my subscribers before we end off here. Recently, when I created the thought control protocol, to be completely honest, I was trying to do something different than what Franz Bardon actually suggests. And I put a lot of thought into it recently, and I decided that's probably not the right way to think about it. It's probably not the right way to go. I probably should just help people with the exact exercises and instead of trying to be extra. So those 7 videos I made on the thought control protocol, I will keep those up, but going forward, I'm not really going to push that anymore. I have something else completely different. I have the guide for the soul mirror, which is one of the main exercises that we do, and then I also have the workbooks, and I'm going to develop workbooks for all of the steps. This is the main thing that I'm going to be pushing going forward. Like I said, these things are completely optional, but I know some of you were looking for a workbook, and I wanted to be able to provide something like that. I really hope you enjoy it, and like I said, you can start with the free soul mirror guide just to get an idea what it looks like. I really hope you appreciate these styles of videos. I'm going to touch more on the actual exercises themselves and finish the remaining 5 episodes of all 10 steps of the book. But if you've read the book, you understand that past step 5, things start getting a lot more intense, a lot more far out there. It's not to say that you can't actually accomplish these things, but to be very blunt, I am not comfortable teaching past step 5 because I haven't really dabbled with anything past step 5. So this is why I'm a little bit more reluctant to do these videos. But let me know your thoughts. Should I continue the last 5 steps, explaining the last 5 steps, just based off the material that you have in the book? Or should I at least give myself a little bit of time to practice these things before actually trying to teach it? I want to know what you guys think because I trust your guys' judgment more than anything. All right, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys and all the support you've given me. Stay tuned for more videos coming up. I'm going to be able to produce these styles of videos a lot easier.